Hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to my channel, The Cheryl Hubbard Show, right here on YouTube. Glad you could join me. Glad to see you. Glad you could be here. But today I am just going to do an unboxing. I have a few items that I just received from Amazon, so I'm just going to show you, a few items that I just received. And so I'm almost, finished ordering everything I need so I can get ready to get started on, making my homemade lip glosses. So let's get started. But first, I want to talk a little bit about, some terms that are relevant when you're running your business. So in other words, you want to start a business, it's best to make a plan. As I said in my previous video, start out with your plan, your business plan / marketing plan, your strategy. Get a tablet, whatever kind of tablet that you want, just to jot down everything. So I'll get to that a little later, a little bit more about that. But just a few little terms that I picked up on in my financial management book when I was at Strayer University. So my major was business administration. So just a couple terms, and then I'm gonna get into some of the things that that I just received from Amazon. So let's get started. Okay, the first term I want to talk about cooking the books. So in other words, you're running a business, and say for instance you're running a business and you want to look impressionable to to the financial people, the outside people, your auditors, your credit unions, your banks. So you might try to cook the books or something like that. So that's a term that I learned in my accounting course. So I'm gonna read some from Cooking the Books. Okay, it says it's a company right here. They're talking about phantom sneakers, invisible copper rods, and a barrel full of floor sweepings. What do they all have in common? Each was used by a different corporation to inflate its financial reports through inventory fraud. So that's something we don't ever want to do, no matter how pressed we get our backs pushed to the wall. So that's the last thing you want to do is cook your books. And then it says, one of the latest and fastest growing methods of cooking the books. It says accounting irregularities are not new in the business world, and not all such instances are fraud. Many are the result of honest mistakes or different interpretations of financial information. Manipulating inventory figures, however, appears on its face to be intentional, and it is not always caught even by the most careful auditors. Overstating inventory is a quick way to pad profits. So, you don't want to inflate your income, your business income. So that's what they call cooking the books. When you have somebody working on your accounting books, if you are the accountant or somebody, in your company, that's what they call cooking the books. So you don't want to inflate your business income, your profits, don't want to inflate anything about your company. So let me see what else I have. It says when companies are desperate to stay afloat, inventory fraud is the easiest way to produce instant profits and dress up the balance sheet. So that they want to dress up the balance sheet. It says the profits appear, in other words, auditing. When you have to deal with the auditors, they'll find out. It says when companies are desperate to stay afloat, so in other words, they want to dress up the profits and dress up the balance. The profits appear because current inventory figures are subtracted from those of the previous year to show the cost of supplies used to produce items for sale. This plus the cost of labor is then deducted from the sale price to calculate profits. So when when you're messing with your books, you're cooking the books, so somewhere down the line, you're going to slip up or somebody's going to slip up with those figures. So they say what's done in the dark always comes to the light. So it's not worth it. Just, you start a business, you're in business for, say for instance you're in business for 4 or 5 years or 1 year, just try to build your company up, build your brand, build your products, try to market. So the key in business is being able to market, advertise, and promote effectively and efficiently. Because you can have a business. I heard, I don't like it when people say, well, I started my business with $50. Or you can start a business with $100. I mean, that may be true, but if you're not if you're not promoting, marketing, advertising in an effective and efficient way, getting those products out to first of all, having a product that the customers want, having a product that the customers want, customers need, and then if you have this out of sight product, say for instance you have a skincare line, a hair care line, you selling jeans or t-shirts or whatever your business, you may be selling books, maybe you wrote some books and you're trying to market those, but if you are not in the marketplace and you don't have a plan of how you're going to sell and effective and efficiently, how you're going to make your product, how you want to make your product become an effective and efficient um, way of doing business. How are you going to get your products out to your customers? What channels are you going to use? Those channels that you're getting your products out there to the customers have to be effective and efficient. So if they're effective, in other words, they're effective you'll be effective when you get them out to your customers in a particular channel, on a particular channel. Say for instance, channels maybe Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. It could be, like I said before in my previous videos, getting your products out there through text message marketing, email marketing. So that's the first step is creating a product. Or first of all, your business plan, creating a product that is something that the customers want, what the customers need. You gotta look at the trends in the market, do your research. So starting a business, your plan, your strategy, do some research. What type of business you want to go in? What type of business that is more prevalent in the market today? What business? What are the trends in the market? What are people, what are people using today? What are people going for? Most people, I would think that a good business to start would be, hair and skincare lines, food, hair, skin, food, hair care line, skincare line, food products, books, clothes, jewelry, socks, tennis shoes. Everybody like Nikes and Nike tennis shoes, Nike t-shirts. So, you got to find your passion, whatever type of business you want to go into. So in other words, you have a valuable product. You have a product that everybody wants. You did your research for the trends in the market, and what's out there that will move. You want a product that's going to move. You don't want a product like, in other words, what about I want to start a business, anything. Whatever, for instance, I'm starting a business and I could be selling earphones, crayons, whatever. But if it's not what the customers want, then it's going to be a waste of my time and a waste of my money. So I have to find, in other words, and then also if you choose the product that you want to market, then you just have to find out where are your target customers. Because just about any product that's out there, somebody wants it somewhere. You just have to find out where those target customers are. Because somebody could be across town selling books. Somebody else can be selling necklaces like these. See, these are necklaces. Somebody could be selling necklaces. Somebody can be selling t-shirts. Somebody can be selling hair bundles. Somebody can be making wigs. I was making wigs before. But the idea of the matter is getting those products to your target customer. Where is your target customer? I mean, if you could sell in all 50 states and you can reach a target market in all 50 states, that would be the key. That would be That would be the process. That would be included in the process of effective and efficient. I'm effective. I'm selling in all 50 states. I have a product that my customers want. I have my target market. I already identified my target market. I know where they at. I know where they are. They are, they are in all 50 states, and I know how to reach them. I have the proper channels that I'm using to reach my customers. That's how you pull in those customers. That's how you pull in their profit. So effective and efficient. So those are the keys too, because basically you can sell about anything, any and everything. Because basically, my opinion is there is a market for everything, and that means everything out here that's for sale. Then somebody want it somewhere. Somebody want t-shirts. Somebody want socks. Somebody want hair bundles. Somebody might need a wig made. Somebody need a house. Somebody need a new car. Somebody need eyelashes. Somebody need makeup. Somebody need lipstick. Somebody may want their ears pierced. Uh, somebody want their nose pierced. Somebody might want their navel pierced. They even selling butt pads. Really. So they selling those butt pads, watches, rings. So like I said, there's a market for everything. And people writing books, there's a market. If you know how to get out there, if you want to get out there and write books and now they on Amazon where they've been had it, you can do the audibles. You don't have to write your book out, but actually you can write it out. But you can uh, build an account with, create an account with Amazon and probably other producers where you can, produce your book. You can produce your book. You can. So I had my book, but I wrote mine out and I typed it up. But you can read it. It can be an audible book. So it's just like I said, it's a market for everything. You got a market for audible books. You have a market for books that are typed up and printed out. Hard copies. So you have a market for those what you call tripods, and that's a different type of tripod. But then they have the other kind. You can get a tripod with a light on them. Amazon has everything. Amazon is a network of networks, and they have plenty of companies on Amazon that are selling all types of things. So like I said, it's a market for everything. You have to find your niche, your market, whatever market you want to be in, what you want to sell, what you want to market. Then you have to find out, you're creating a product. If you're creating a product, you're creating, or even a service. A product, a service, and you want to get those products or those services out to your customers. So your marketing channels. So those are some good points. So now let's see what I have next. So I was just talking about cooking the books, and then I went off on. So then we have our financial statements, the importance of financial statements. So like I said, you're running whatever type of business you're running. You have to, make sure you keep up with your, I was just talking about cooking the books. So financial statements are important. You have your balance sheet, your statement of owner's equity, your income statements. Income statements are your revenues minus expenses. That will equal your net income. So you have to have all your paperwork in order. Now, if you have a small business, you might not have, small businesses. You might be able to do, your accounting books yourself, or you can also have someone else. In other words, nothing wrong with hiring somebody. Sometimes if you a small business, you might not have but 2 employees, or you might have 1. It might just be you. I know a lot of businesses on YouTube, they operate businesses. They operate their businesses by themselves. They're doing their own accounting books, their own bookkeeping, their own ordering their own products, filling their own lip gloss tubes, cleaning their tubes, filling them, doing everything themselves. So that's how they go. And then I have, let's see, just a couple of terms I wanted to mention in here. So let's talk about financial leverage. Financial leverage is the extent to which a firm uses debt or preferred stock financing. They use debt as preferred stock financing. It says by raising funds through debt, the owners can maintain control of the firm with a limited investment. Creditors look to the equity Creditors look to the equity or owner supplied funds to provide a margin of safety. If the owners have provided only a small proportion of the total financing, the risks of the enterprise are borne mainly by its creditors. If the firm earns more on investments financed with borrowed funds than it pays in interest, the return on the owner's capital is magnified, resulting in favorable leverage. Preferred stock also provides financial leverage, but we will defer our discussion of preferred stock in Chapter 16. To understand better how the use of debt or financial leverage affects risk and return, and tell you to look at the table. Financial leverage has the potential to raise the rate of return to stockholders for two reasons. Because interest is deductible. The use of debt financing lowers the tax bill and leaves more of the firm's operating income available to its investors. If the firm's basic earning power ratio exceeds the interest rate on debt, as it generally does, then a company can use debt to finance assets, pay the interest on the debt, and have something left over as a bonus, or a bonus for its stock. So it's saying that to understand better how to use the debt or financial leverage affects on return, then they have a table that you can look at. I'm not going to go into the table, but so basically financial leverage, the extent to which a firm uses debt for financing. So in other words, they're using their debt, companies use their debt for financing options. So in other words, if you're trying to borrow from the banks and credit unions, they look at your debt. Sometimes your debt can be, I guess, because they always said, I always heard that bad credit is better than no credit. So in other words, sometimes you can probably use your debt to, help finance, create other financial opportunities within your business. So that's what they mean. They say financial leverage. In other words, their debt gives you leverage to probably be able to borrow. Your debt, company gives you leverage to be able to borrow from these banks and credit unions, with interest. So let me see, debt ratio, the ratio of total debt to total assets. And let's see what else we have. It was some other terms that I believe I have. I went over that. Here's a word I haven't heard of in a while called lumpy assets. It said assets that cannot be acquired in small increments but must be obtained in large, discrete amounts. Lumpy assets. Okay, in many industries, technological considerations dictate that if a firm is to be competitive, it must add fixed assets in large, discrete units. Such assets are often referred to as lumpy assets. That's a term that you don't hear too many people talking about. Lumpy assets. In the paper industry, for example, there are strong economies of scale in basic paper mill equipment. So when paper companies expand capacity, they must do so in large or lumpy increments. So in other words, assets that cannot be acquired in small increments but must be obtained in large, discrete amounts. So I guess in some instances, they have to have more assets than just having a little bit. They have to have it in lumpy. That's what I say, lumpy. Lumpy assets that cannot be acquired in small increments. So it cannot be acquired in small increments. It says an alternative approach to dealing with lumpy assets would be to do the following. Determine whether the firm is at full capacity. Include in the spontaneous assets only those assets that realistically increase in proportion to sales, mainly current assets, and add it to equation. A new term and therefore finance to reach the projected level of sales. So it's never, haven't heard this term in a while. In other words, some companies, you know, they have to deal with lumpy assets. They can't deal with nothing small. Assets that cannot be acquired in small increments. So assets that cannot be acquired in small increments, it have to be probably lumpy, like they have to be acquired all at one time, like in one lump sum. Oh, let's see what else we have. That's a good term. I mean, that's a good term, a lumpy asset. So I haven't heard of that term in a while. I haven't heard it in a while. Uh, let's see what other terms we have. Just a couple of terms. Okay, I think that'll be it out the book. I think I have. Okay, let's go to here go a word right here. A trustee, an official who ensures that the bondholders' interests are protected and that the terms of the indenture are carried out. A trustee is an official who represents the bondholders and makes sure the terms of the indenture are carried out. The indenture may be several hundred pages in length, and it includes restrictive covenants or specific constraints on the firm, which we will discuss in the next section. The trustee monitors the situation, and in the event that the user violates any provision in the indenture, takes appropriate action on behalf of the bondholders. That's a couple words. And here goes something else with this. The SEC approves indentures and makes sure that all indenture provisions are met before allowing a company to sell new securities to the public. And it said the indentures of most larger corporations were actually written back in the 1930s or 1940s. And many issues of new bonds, all covered by this same indenture, have been sold through the years. The interest rates on the bonds and perhaps their maturities will change from issue to issue, but bondholders' protection, as spelled out in the indenture, will be the same for all bonds of a given type. Some of the more important provisions contained in most indentures are discussed in the following section, so I'm not going on to all that. But this is that's a word right there. Okay, here go one more. It's called a sinking fund. A sinking fund is a required annual payment designed to amortize a bond or preferred stock issue. Typically, the sinking fund provision requires the firm to retire a portion of the bond issue each year, but on rare occasions, the firm may be required to deposit money with the trustee who invests the funds and then uses the accumulated sum to retire the bonds when they mature. Sometimes the stipulated sinking fund payment is tied to sales or earnings of the current year, but usually it is a mandatory fixed amount. If it is mandatory, a failure to meet the sinking fund requirements causes the bond issue to be thrown into default, which may force the company into bankruptcy. So, obviously then a sinking fund can constitute a dangerous cash drain on the firm. So a sinking fund, the required annual payments designed to amortize a bond or preferred stock issue. So sinking fund. You have a sinking fund required annual payment designed to amortize a bond or preferred stock issue. Okay, a sinking fund is a provision that facilitates the orderly retirement of a bond issue. So orderly retirement, so if companies want to retire their bonds, they have to do it in the appropriate way. If they don't, they can create a sinking fund. So I think that's it for the. And here's one more word called market price. Price at which a stock sells in the market. And we have the intrinsic value, the value of an asset, in the mind of a particular investor is justified by the facts may be different from the asset's actual market price. So just some terms in my financial, I think that's all out of the book. This is a financial, it's just a few of the terms I read out, wanted to read out the book. And so going on to just a couple other words, stocks. So stocks, when you purchase interest in a company, so it's a good book, good financial management book. So in other words, stocks and bonds, stocks. In other words, you want to buy some stock in a company. So, Microsoft, what about HP, Hewlett Packard, we have Amazon, whatever company you want to buy stock in, you find out what company you want to buy some stock in. You find out, you do some research. You want to know before you put your money down, before you purchase any stock, in a company. You want to know how well the company is doing. How well is this company doing? Are they going to be around in the next 5 to 10 years? I don't want to purchase any stock in this company and come to find out they're on the road to bankruptcy or they're going out of business. So you have to do your research. So I mean, there's so many companies out there. I know I've heard tales of, some people have bought stock. They bought an interest in the company, and then 5, 10 years later, they became millionaires. So do your research on the company. You want to buy stock in the company, whatever company you want to buy. You have, so many companies, I can't even think of none right now, but what about some of these retail giants? You have Target, you have Kmart, you have, probably, do research down there. You might want to, I don't know if you want to get a stockbroker or you want to get a stock advisor, or you want to talk, sometimes you talk to the company directly and, do your research. Those financial papers of a lot of those companies are public knowledge. So you go, find out the website and go there, you find out how's this company doing. What does their profit and loss statement look like? Statement of cash flows with their income statements, balance sheets, statement of owner's equity. You find out, you do your research. So how well is this company doing? Is this company going to be around for a while? What products are, you look at what products they're selling. Are their products, do they have good products? Do they have products that the customer wants? Are they up with the trends in the market? There's a lot of things. You do your research, you find out before you just take your money and say, hey, I want to invest. And then we have bonds. Bonds are a fixed income instrument that represents a loan made by investors to a borrower. So we have the lender and the borrower. I have another term we call asset protection. Asset protection is a vehicle that protects a person's assets from creditors by holding them on behalf of the the person. In other words, you have some assets. You're trying to protect your assets so you can hold. You want to hold onto your assets for your relatives, for your sons, your daughters. So you want to create an asset protection vehicle. You want to put your assets in a trust so they can be protected from your creditors. Because you like, look, down the line, I want this for my sons and my daughters, or my wife. So asset protection. So I mean, it's a term that I ran across, but I hadn't really paid attention to this term right here in a while. But asset protection, that's very good. And then we have a corporation. We have a corporation is a group of, just a few little business terms, a group of people, and a group of people operating business, and they all want to achieve one particular goal. You have a corporation. It works sort of like a LLC, limited liability company. So if you are sued, because in other words, a corporation is an artificial person. So if they sue, they will sue the company. They cannot sue the shareholders. So you'll become a shareholder. If you have money invested in a corporation, then you have your money invested. You have interest in that corporation. And if you get sued, they can't personally sue you. They can't personally sue you. They can't personally attack your assets, your credit union, bank account. So they can sue the artificial person. They can't sue you. They can sue the corporation. But they can't personally sue you and your members for their assets. And they also have a board of directors. So they also have the S Corp. So you can form a corporation under the S Corporation. They form it like that because they say it's for federal. It's for federal S Corporation. It's for income tax purposes. It's for income tax purposes. It's a closely held corporation and partnership that makes a valid election to be taxed under subchapter S for chapter 1 of the IRS code. So you get certain tax benefits when you form as an S corporation. So it's a S corporation. They do not pay any. Well, they say they do not pay any income taxes. So that's why they form as an S corporation. Then we had a C corp. C corp is a section of the IRS code that governs corporate taxes owned by shareholders who own stock in a corporation. And so C corp is a section of the IRS code that governs the corporate taxes owned by shareholders. So they govern the corporate taxes. And then we have a partnership, two or more individuals that form a business venture. They all have a share in the profits and the losses. So that's different from a corporation. So in other words, it's similar in the fact that they do share the profits. But when it comes to partnership, they share the profits and losses. Then you have general partners, limited partners, equity partners, salary partners, and junior partners, senior partners. So, and I said the partnership is not separate from the owners. So in other words, you can be sued. You can personally be sued with a partnership. They can attack your assets and all the members of the partnership. They can because you're responsible for the profits and the losses. It's different from a corporation. So a corporation is separate. It's like a legal entity separate from the owners. The owners are separate from that legal entity. So if somebody trying to sue you, if you have a corporation, that's why they say it's best to get an LLC because the LLC has similarities to the corporation. So they can't personally get your assets, sue you for your assets. You're in a limited liability company, so it works like a corporation. But the partnership, then you have the sole proprietorship. Personal legal obligations are the same as the partnership. The liabilities are the owner's responsibility. So if you have a sole proprietorship, all of the legal liabilities are the owners. So it operates different than a corporation. So in other words, you have a sole proprietor because nobody but you, just one person. You're gonna be responsible for the profits and the losses. So if they sue, then they're gonna sue you, the owner, because you're just one person, the sole proprietorship. And yep. And another thing about the corporation, if the corporation makes a profit, if a corporation makes a profit, your shares in that company will become partly yours because you are entitled to your portion of the net income. So in other words, you're in a corporation and net income is revenues minus expenses. So you have your revenues minus expenses, that is your net income equal to your net income. So in a corporation, you are entitled to your portion because you have more than one member. You're different from the sole proprietorship because sole proprietorship is just one person. one person in sole proprietorship. They are responsible for their profits and losses. And if somebody sue you, you have a sole proprietorship business set up, then they're going to sue you. You'll be sued. That's why they always tell you, LLC or corporation, those two are the best forms of business to create. So go to your state, I guess it's business. Well, I don't know the website, but I know in DC, I think it's we have to go to Consumer Regulatory Affairs.gov. So all these are government websites. So you're going to find out about the different forms of business. So I just did my little research. So just refreshing my memory, and I think that is it for. I have some other terms, but I'm not going to go into these on this video. And then next I have, let's talk a little bit about something I learned about some time ago, commercial paper. Commercial paper, short-term, unsecured, promissory notes of large, financially strong firms, usually issued in denominations of 100,000 or more, and having an interest rate somewhat below the prime rate. So usually it's something that, big businesses, usually use, so it's a short-term unsecured promissory note of large financially strong firms. They usually issued in denominations, short-term unsecured promissory notes. So in other words, it's sort of like a loan. You get a loan and you write out a promissory note, usually $100,000 or more, and then it's something that you have to pay back with interest. So, and they put it on. It's sort of almost. They almost think you like. You almost feel like it's similar to like just writing a check. Well, a promissory note. So that means you have to sign it. A promissory note you have to sign. You borrowed $100,000. This business and the government, they borrow money. They borrow $100,000 or more. So they sign a promissory note. They have to pay it back with interest. It says short-term unsecured promissory notes of large financially strong firms. So financially strong firms usually issued in denominations of 100,000 or more and having an interest rate somewhat below the prime rate. So in other words, they borrowed all this money and then the interest rates are low. So commercial paper, so short-term unsecured promissory notes. So it's like you sign a promissory note, you're taking out a loan for 100,000 or more, and the interest rates, I guess the higher the amount of money that you're borrowing, I guess your interest rates will be lower. Then we have euro dollars, may be misleading. They said it may be misleading. Interest-bearing time deposit denominated in U.S. dollars placed in banks outside the United States. So we don't hear too much of the word euro dollars, but it's just a term that I took out my financial management book. Maybe misleading. It's an interest-bearing time deposit. So I guess if they deposit, them and they have a certain date on them that they have to be cashed in. I guess they have to be, in other words, euro dollars. Maybe misleading. Interest-bearing time deposits. So the interest rate. So it doesn't say whether or not the interest rates will be higher. But they're time deposits, so in other words, they put a time limit on them. And they say they're usually placed in banks outside the United States. Then we have window dressing. Techniques to make their financial statements look better to financial analysts. That's it's similar to the word I mentioned earlier, cooking the books. So when I was talking about cooking the books, so window dressing is a similar term. So in other words, it's a technique that technique to make financial statements look better to financial analysts. So in other words, you have somebody that's going to analyze your books, your income statements, your balance sheets, your statement of owner's equity, and you just want to, window dressing, you cooking the books. You want to say, for instance, you made $20,000 this year in your business, but you did a little window dressing, you cooked the books a little bit, and you said, hey, I made $100,000. And then that is against the law, so you don't want to do that, You definitely do not want to do that. So window dressing, cooking the books. So that word was in my, another term I learned about mergers. So in other words, when companies come together, they merge their companies together, they merge their profits, they can merge their products, merge their business together. Because sometimes some companies, when they're doing bad and then to get them out of bankruptcy, to keep them from going into bankruptcy, they merge with another company. They merge their profits, they merge their products, and become as one. So that's what they call a merger. Then also another term I learned about too is called hostile takeover. Hostile takeover. So one company taking over another company. So in other words, they went instead of them going in bankruptcy too. I guess they just say, "Hey, we just take over." So a hostile takeover. And let's see, we have one word too, depreciable basis. A critical element of marks because each year's allowance depends jointly on the asset's depreciable basis and its marks class life. Depreciable basis. So in other words, how depreciable basis, I guess I would assume that would have something to do with how your products, your company inventory, how much did your products depreciate over the years? Over the first year, you have 1 year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. There's a formula that I know I learned one formula called a straight line formula in my accounting book, but there's a couple other formulas too that you can find out. In other words, you have land, you have machinery, you have buildings, land, machinery, whatever you have your products. What is the amount of my depreciation for these products, or for this land, or for these buildings? Depreciable basis, a critical element of marks because each year's allowance depends jointly on the asset's depreciable basis. So it says each year, because each year's allowance depends jointly on the asset's depreciable basis. So when they're looking at so in other words, they're saying when they're looking at the allowance, it depends on each year of the product's depreciable basis. It says if a depreciable asset is sold, the sale price minus the then existing underappreciated book value is added to operating income and taxed on the firm's marginal tax rate. Then we have a statement of cash flows. It's a statement reporting of all the firm's operating, investing, and financing activities on cash flows over an accounting period. So a statement of cash flows, so in other words, you're doing your books, and you have your accounting person doing the accounting books and your statement of cash flows over that particular accounting period. How much money you have coming in, how much money you have going out. What are my profits? What are my losses? How much money did I make? How much money did the company make on investments? How much money did the company make on service revenue, sales revenue? How much, what's your assets, your liabilities, your owner's equity, your balance sheet. So you're looking at all that, all your revenues, all your expenses, your net income, So what type of money do we have coming in? That's what I'm saying. And I also was talking about that too when I said when you want to invest in some stock. You want to invest in stock in a company, you look at their statement of cash flows. You look at their balance sheets, you look at their income statements, and you look at their statement of owner's equity. How is this company doing? What kind of money do they have flowing in? What kind of money do they have flowing out? Their income. Do they have, what does their debt look like? Some companies it's not good to have more debt than you have income coming in. Liabilities, your debts, and then, are you headed for bankruptcy? If you want to invest in a company, you want to find out, hey, how well is this company doing? You want to do your research. That's why I say this term right here, statement of cash flow. You want to look at the balance sheets. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. That is the initial accounting equation. So do your research. Then I think this is, let's see what this page is talking. Okay. Okay, that's that for that. So now let me get into, uh, let's get into something, just starting a business. You know, you starting a business or you just want to get into sales. So you have to make up your mind, do your research. You starting a business, you just want to sell, you know, you make 400 or more, you know, just put it on your taxes. Put it on your taxes, put it on your taxes. In other words, you do your personal taxes. If you're working, you do your personal taxes. You ask the tax man, say, hey, look, can you put this on my, I have a little business income. I made 400 or more. You know, I want you to add this to my, tax form. So, what I would say, starting out, and if you want to just do sales, let's just say this is sales. You want to just get into sales. You want to have a plan, have a strategy. Have, like I said, a plan, a strategy. And also I said last time I was talking about a tablet. Now, last time I showed these tablets. But then I have also these tablets too. These are just different pictures on the front. Yeah, just different pictures. So like I said, you get a tablet, get you a tablet. You got a tablet, you just want to, jot down, you have your plan, you have your business plan, you have your tablets, you have, get you some ink pens, and next, depending on what you want to sell, what you want to market. You want to get a vendor, you can get a vendor, but, a lot of people go to China, they don't go to China, but they go to the website Alibaba, or it's another one, I think it's Alibaba, and the other one is, I can't think of the other one right now, but just be careful when you deal with these vendors because they're way in China. I know one young lady was on, YouTube talking about her experiences. So what happened was she ordered about $800 worth of merchandise, and she hadn't even received her merchandise yet. So she was, she had her business. She was selling lip glosses, making her own lip glosses, and eyelashes. You had your eyelashes, your eyelash cases, and all that. So she hadn't, received. So I'm just saying, start with a business plan, a strategy. Then you have your, see what type of money you want to invest in your business. What type of money you want to invest in getting your products and all that, so. And then, you get your vendor, you can order from your vendor, or you can order from Amazon, TKB, and you can also order from a lot of these young ladies on YouTube. You set up your Instagram page, you want to have legit products, you want to have, you want to put together a nice product line, you want to put together quality product that your customers definitely will love. You want your customers to keep coming back, so you don't want to be a scammer. You don't want to be a person that's just you have to take pride in yourself, pride in your company, pride in your customer, because you want your customers to be happy. And also use hashtags. You got your Instagram page. Use all the hashtags that because I've been watching a lot of I've been learning a lot too. Hashtags put you on point with other companies, because these other companies can see these hashtags. In other words, you're selling lip glosses and you have all different flavors, so you can say hashtag homemade lip gloss, 50 different flavors, homemade lip gloss, you know, whatever you want to hashtag, you know, homemade lip gloss, strawberry, strawberry flavored, homemade lip gloss, lemon flavored lip gloss, you know, whatever you want to hashtag. But I was told, you know, according to my research, that hashtags are good to use. I haven't really been using them, but I want to start using them more myself. And also promote daily, you know, promote your products daily. Instagram, Facebook, wherever channels, whatever marketing channels you want to use is very important. So you see, so always know that you can have a lot of, some people I've heard to say, I don't like the, yeah, I mean, it's good to hear, but some people might say, hey, well, I started my business with $50. I started with 100, but that's well and good. But I want to tell the whole story. The story is, it all depends on what you put behind that $50 or that $100. If you don't have a good, effective, and efficient marketing plan, marketing strategy behind that $50 or that $100, yeah, because the key point is being able to sell. Anybody can have $50 or $100 to say, I'm going to buy these products. I want to, you know, say for instance, these bundles. Say for instance, I spend $50 on bundles, and I want to just take them bundles and I want to, you know, make some wigs. I have my thread, I have my sewing machine, I have my bundles and all that, and I spend my money on my inventory. But the key point, the key thing to take away from this is to being able to market, advertise, and promote, being able to reach that target market. Where are your target market? Where is your target market? Is your target market on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, or text? You can also do text message marketing. You know, create an email list, create a text message marketing list. So you're sending out pictures. You're making your lip gloss. You're making your lip gloss. You're making your wigs. You know, send out little videos, little clips of videos. Send out little text messages with the little you know, with pictures of your products. Send out little videos. I mean, they do all that on Instagram. You do it on Instagram. You can also do it through your text message. Through your text messaging. And then, so the key is, no matter how much money you spend on your business, is how you market yourself. You know, you're marketing, advertising, and promoting something that the customer wants and needs. Something that works. You know, you have to have an effective product, efficient product. You want to get a product out there that the customers want. You want a product that was efficient for you. You know, in other words, you produce this product efficiently. So efficiently means at a low cost. And also when you're posting on Instagram, you know, all these marketing channels, then you have to also think about the prices that you are going to charge for your products. You want to have competitive prices. You want to be a company that cares about the customers, and you know, you don't want to charge your customers a high price, real high, a much higher price than your competitors. You have to benchmark. You have to look around, do research. You have to find out what prices these other companies are charging. What type of products do they have? You want to look at their products. You want to see how they make their products. And then sometimes you want to be unique. You want to do something different. That is the key too, also. So in other words, it's good for people to say, well, you know what? A lot of people can say, I don't have enough money to start no business. I said the same thing, but I also know that if I didn't have any money, and then somebody might say, well, you know what? It don't take that much money. You can start a business with $50, $100, or $200. But that's well and good, but still have that strategy and that plan. You have to have a plan like no other. You know, then your packaging, you know. Your packaging needs to be on point, you know. So I just got some things. So let me see. Let me see. Okay, I think that's it anyway. I can show some of the stuff that I have. Okay. Also takes great pictures. So it's some of the things that I did. In other words, marketing, advertising, and promoting. So I'll be doing my these jobs just came in, so I have these. So I have and then I have a whole box of you know, whole box of my whole box of these. So in other words, your products, you know. And I do love these. I'm so excited about these. I had these printed up. So these will be on my website too. And also, so this is the tissue paper. This will be going down inside my boxes. You know, I showed my lip gloss too the last time. So for my lip gloss. Also, already showed all my oils and stuff that I had the last time. So all my oils that will be going into my, and then I have, these are my gloves. See, gloves. And then my syringes for my, and these are my boxes. So these are my boxes. I ain't opened them yet, but these are the boxes. This is the bottom part. And this is the top part. So next time I do a video, I'll, you know, show it. So these are the boxes. And then I have, these are my clear labels too. That just came from Avery. These are my clear labels, came from Avery. So those are my clear labels that came from Avery. So see, it's my clear labels that came from Avery. So when I put my lip glosses in it, they already have. And also this is the, I think I showed you this last time, so this is the base, lip gloss base. They go in the tubes. So, like I said, start out with your start out with your plan. Start out with your business plan. Your business plan, you know, business plan, a tablet, you know, something you could, these will be on my website, so, but, you know, they just regular tablets, you know. And, you know, just empty on the back. But, so you start out with a plan, you know, your plan, your tablet. It depends on, you know, what you want to market, you know. Think about your ingredients, you know. What you want to market. You want to get a vendor. You want to do bundles. You want to make wigs, you know. You just be careful when you're dealing with China, because sometimes when you order stuff from them, you know, Go to Alibaba.com, and I also heard there's vendors on Instagram too. Matter of fact, I saw a lot of them on there myself. Go on Instagram, you can find a vendor for bundles. They got plenty lip gloss vendors. Plenty lip gloss vendors on Amazon. I mean on Instagram. Might be able to find one on Amazon. You never know. But so go to Instagram, Alibaba, and but I didn't deal with no vendor. They do have some nice items though, but and I checked with one vendor for my lip gloss tubes. I think it was my lip gloss, no, eyelashes. Cause I do have eyelashes too at the same time that would be going on my page. But I did check with a vendor, but they said that you have to order 100. You have to order 100. So these are the lashes too that would be going on. So I have my eyelash cases that I ordered, but they haven't gotten here yet. So they seem to have gotten lost in the mail. I ordered them like the 2nd of June. I haven't gotten them yet. So so they said they're supposed to be on the way. But so like I said, check with Alibaba if you want to. I didn't deal with China, so and then I didn't deal with China because I know one young lady said she ordered $800 worth of stuff from China. I haven't gotten it yet. So she haven't gotten it yet. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I didn't deal with China. But I just I got my products through Amazon. So they're my eyelashes, I got them from someone on Instagram. But so in other words, you're starting a business, you just want to do sales, you have to make your decision, you have to do your research, because you have to know what inventory you need. Do you want to get your inventory from you want to get a vendor from Alibaba, you want to get a vendor from Instagram, you want to just order from Amazon? What ingredients do you need? What inventory do you need? How much is your budget? Your plan, your marketing plan, how you going to market, advertise, and promote. What channels are you going to use? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, text message marketing, email marketing, word of mouth marketing, let your family and friends know. So then, first of all, your marketing plan, your strategy, like I said, and your tablet, jot down everything. Make sure you have, make sure you know what you want to do. Know that this is really what you want to do. You don't want to put no money out there. You decide, hey, I don't, and then a lot of people, they go get an LLC, but if you feel like you don't want to get an LLC right away, then what I would say is hold back for a little bit. And don't do an LLC right now, when you first start, because you want to make sure that, you're putting your money in the right place, because LLCs, those are expensive. Because I know I was going to get an LLC with LegalZoom, but they were trying to charge me $600. They wanted $600, and that didn't even include the $250 they wanted every year for registered agent. Yeah, they wanted $600 just to, because I had picked a name, and I did claim the name. It was a company called Natural Care. I claimed that name, but then I thought the $600 would cover everything. But I'm like, I could have formed my business for less than that, right on the website, the government website, Consumer Regulatory Affairs. Sometimes people don't tell you everything, but I already knew, because I'm right here in Washington, D.C., so I knew that. But then they were trying to charge me $600 for that. And then they said, well, I still had to have an operating license, and that would cost more money. So I said, nah, I wasn't going to do all that. In other words, imagine paying $600 or something. And then you had to turn around and pay some more money for an operating license. And then they said I might need more. I might need other licenses. So just imagine that, $600 for that in the beginning, then more money for other licenses, then $250 every year, then $250 every year for a registered agent. Then you have to renew your business license in your state every other year. So then you're thinking about inventory. Inventory. You know, your base, your lip gloss base, your wand tubes, your squeeze tubes, your pipettes, your syringes, your pigments, your oils, your flavorings if you want it, you know, and then I wanted to do a hair growth oil product, a hair growth balm, and a body butter. So I would need inventory for that as well. So lip gloss, you know, all this stuff. I mean, no, it doesn't take a whole lot to, you know, make your lip gloss, you know, tubes. But so that's how, you know, so it's just you know, that's why they always say make a plan. Like my tissue paper, this will be going down inside my boxes for order. So maybe another video I'll do, you know, I got a whole bag of my gloves, so maybe I'll put my gloves on, put a pair of gloves on, and then, you know, put one of my boxes together. And show you how I'm going to put my tissue paper in there, my confetti paper, my products, and then my lip gloss tubes and all that, and, you know, let you see how I do all that. And then maybe by that time, I'll have my, you know, some nice jars too. Maybe I have my, you know, I'll make my body butters. But I'm just getting things together. I'm trying to wait till I have everything. So when I do my videos, I can just do everything. And I'm still marketing my, you know, still trying to market my books and stuff. So I did these books. So when I wrote them, so these books are in my autism series. And autism series, 3 books that I wrote, Since We Are Twins, We Have Autism, and My Brother Billy is Different. So those 3 books are in my autism series, and you can find those in the Google Play Store. Android phone, so you can find those. So I'll probably be sending for some more copies of those books so I can market those too as well as I'm marketing all my other items, and, you know, so, but I love these books. So I'll use these too for, you know, my business and making my notes and stuff. So that's just, you know, it'll be $10 on my website. You know, taking notes, well, you know, whatever type of tablet you want, you know, whatever type of tablet you want. So I'm going to close on that note and say, you know, hope to see you again back here again, same place, same time, same channel, The Cheryl Hubbard Show. And so let me see what else I have on this paper here. It says, okay, another thing, a couple more things. Don't worry about your followers. In other words, you're on Instagram and you're trying to get followers because you figure, hey, maybe I'll get a lot of followers, they buy my products. But according to my research and some of the young ladies were saying on YouTube, you know, they talked about their business. They said one young lady was like, be careful for scammers that make it appear that they have a lot of followers, or sometimes people pay for followers. They pay for followers. She said, now, if you look at their likes, she said she looked at their likes, and the likes did not match up with the followers. So in other words, they had more followers than they had likes. So she said that was a red flag. And sometimes that comes, in other words, if you want to get somebody to promote your product, and they say, well, you know, I got a whole lot of likes, I can promote your products, and blah, 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 blah. And you passing around your products to this person and that person, and you believing that they have a lot of followers because that's what you see, but the likes did not match up with the followers. And then you passing around your products, and they scamming you out your products. I had another business before I was marketing, these bundles. I was marketing these bundles and making wigs, and then the young lady approached me on my Instagram, and she was like, "I can help you with your send me a message. I can help you with your business. I can promote your business for you." She said, "Cause we small businesses have to stick together." And I'm like, "You don't know me. How do you know I am a small business? Because you don't know how many." You don't know my product line. You don't know this. You don't know this. What I would say. Well, basically, you don't know my product line. You don't know how many followers I have. You don't know if I'm a big business or small business. So when she said that, there was a red flag because I'm like, you act like you know me. I don't know if somebody told you about me or what's up. So I'm always curious. I always, they say women have great intuition. So I try to use mine every so often. You know, most definitely. I try to use mine every so often. And so when she said that, she said like, we small businesses have to stick together. I'm like, how do you know I'm a small business? And so that's how that was. So she wanted to help me out. I'm like, you want to help me out promote my business, but I don't know you. If I send you my products, because I was buying. I mean, I was marketing these bundles, and then so that's what you have to watch out for. So I'm gonna close on that note, and also want to reiterate and say, be careful when you're ordering, when you're picking out these vendors. Just do your research. Don't just pick the first one, because like I said, there's a couple young ladies that said they haven't gotten their products. One lady said young lady said she spent $800 and she's still waiting on her products. So don't know if she has gotten any of her products to this day. But just be careful. Look out for scammers. Look out for, take your time. So I just been taking my time because I said, I been just buying my products and doing everything by myself. And I have my Instagram, but I haven't put my pictures on there yet. So what I want to do, I just want to be in sales. I want to start small. I'm not going to jump out there and make it pretend like I'm a big business and getting all these orders, and then you can't fulfill these orders because you're working by yourself. You got to think about that thing. You jump out there and start your business, and then what if somebody say, they got their big orders and all that, and you have to be the one doing all the work. So I'd rather start small with a couple products. That's what they say. The best thing to do, start small with a couple products. Unless you have a team. Now, if you have a team and you have somebody that can help you fill those lip gloss tubes, and help you in your business, help you place your orders, help you, unbox your inventory, whatever you see fit to do. If you think you can handle it, you think you can control it. So that's how, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about just starting small with a couple of products. I was thinking about doing some, maybe just a lip gloss. I want to do the lip gloss tubes, and then I'll probably do the starter kits. So I have my base, I have my squeeze tubes, I have my pipettes, I have my syringe, and I have my pigments, and I have my flavoring, and I have my oils. So I have my little starter kit, and then I have my little separate lip gloss, different colors. Start out with two things. I want to start out with my lip glosses and my starter kits. So you have to buy it in a kit. It just be two things. You buy the starter kit, and then you might buy some lip glosses in different flavors, different colors. So I'm gonna close on this note because I don't want my video to be too long. So it's already over an hour. So like I said, get business plan, marketing channels, or you have to think about all them things. Your budget. How much money you want to put into this business. Marketing plan, business plan, tablet, inventory, budget. All those things, and then your inventory, your squeeze tubes, your wand tubes, your pipettes, your syringes, your oils, your pigments, your flavorings. Um, do your research, find out exactly, then find out who you want to shop with. You want to shop with Amazon, you want to shop, You can shop on YouTube. A lot of these young ladies, they're offering starter kits. I haven't put my starter kit together yet, but I'll be doing those too. So a lot of them are offering starter kits because, you know, Amazon booked up. Amazon is booked up a lot of times. When you order from Amazon, it takes you a month to get your products, or 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. Everything is slow down with this coronavirus going around. Everything is slow. So, you know, so you can't really rush. You know, I had products that I had ordered. It took me 30 days to get it, sometimes 3 weeks, sometimes 2 weeks. I think the earliest I've gotten my stuff was like 2 weeks. So, you know, you have to think about those things. And then, you know, budget is very important because, you know, we're trying to start these little side businesses. We still have our regular bills to pay. We still have to pay rent and electric and phone and buy food, and we have the transportation getting around. A lot of us have kids. You know, my kids are a little older now, but I have grandkids, you know, but they're with their parents and everything. But I do whatever I can for them when I can, and, you know, if they need me, if I can, you know, help. So we all need help sometimes, but I want to close on this note, and I want to say thanks for joining me today, YouTubers. Hope to see you again. Come back to see me again. Maybe next time I'll put one of my boxes together. By the time I should have the rest of my items this week, maybe on the weekend, because I want to put my starter kit together. Probably do a video of me putting my starter kit together and making. Then I want to do another video. I'll probably make a separate video of me making my lip gloss. You know, filling my lip gloss tubes, because I'm probably gonna have the lip gloss, the pigments that I ordered is 15, so it probably would be 15 different colors. So I have my gloves. I'm just waiting on a couple other things. I do have my gloves and my I don't have my confetti paper yet, but I do have my this paper. I have this right here, my tissue paper. I do have my tissue paper, but I'm waiting on my confetti paper that goes on. This goes in the bottom of the box. This is the tissue paper. I'll put this in the bottom of the box, my box. I'll put that in the bottom of the box. See, I have my boxes right here. This is the box right here. Then the tissue paper will go in the bottom of the box. And then I have my confetti paper that's coming. That'll go on top of the box once I put my products, you know, in the box. So once I put my products in the box, let's actually put the tissue paper at the bottom of the box first. And then, you know, I got my gloves and everything. Put my tissue paper at the bottom of the box. And then I put my items in there. And then I put my confetti paper on top. And I have the products in there. And then I got my base and my pipettes and my pipettes, my syringes. It'd probably be, you know, I think they put 2 in there. 2 syringes. I think they put 1 syringe in there, and maybe 2 or 3 pipettes. That's what goes in the starter kit. Now you got your base, you got 2 or 3 pipettes, you have 1 syringe, you have your pigments, and your oils, and your flavorings. And then, so that will go in there. So I'll probably do me a video. I do a video of me putting a starter kit together, and another video, I do a video of me putting the starter kit together, and then a video of me making my lip gloss, filling my lip gloss tube. So on that note, I'm going to close out. I want to say thanks for joining me today, YouTubers. Hope to see you again back here, same place, same time, same channel. The Cheryl Hubbard Show, and as you see, I am still wearing my my business shirt, my you know, with my logo on it. But thanks for joining me today. Hope to see you again back here, same place, same time, same channel. The Cheryl Hubbard Show, and you all have a good one.